Do you feel alone? Do you feel misunderstood? Have you ever felt that you just don't belong here, like you're from some sort of future Earth and you just kind of went back in time and you're in the wrong time zone, the wrong time period? Have you, even ever felt about, taking your life because you felt like you just didn't belong here, like nobody understood you, that you're just some weirdo that nobody gets? Well, I'm telling you, if you feel anything like that, it's because you're very special, okay? You're very, very, very special, and you're very important, okay? You're very important because of the fact that you are the ones that are going to be creating this heaven on earth. I like to say this Tomorrowland, the movie Tomorrowland and the book Tomorrowland, this futuristic world that's almost like heaven on earth, where it's just purely about creativity, almost like Lumeria. When you think of Lumeria, you think of just people literally just creating beautiful things that is about elevating everybody, bringing everybody, an opportunity to experience a new way of, viewing life, or a new way of creating life, or a new way of, activating themselves on another level, and discovering newfound gifts about themselves. Like Lumeria is all about discovering new gifts. It's like once you discovered one gift of creativity, it's like you find another, and then another, and then another. It's like endless. And I feel like that's what you souls are here to do. It's just you are incarnated in a period where the majority is can be perceived as, closed off, and when in reality, in their soul light body, they really love your frequency. They really receptive to your frequency, because they know that your frequency is here to elevate themselves, okay? And on a soul light body level, nobody is going to resist. On a soul level, no one is resisting the frequencies that are going to elevate their soul, because the soul is all about elevation, all about transcendence, of who they were to be reinvented. The soul is all about reinvention, like reinventing all the time. That's why souls travel. That's why souls literally come into a system where it's like there's a physical life and birth, and there's a physical death, because that encourages the whole reinvention of the soul. Like each incarnation is an opportunity for the soul to be reinvented. So on a frequency light body level, when you're around individuals sharing your creative ideas, like to say your little Tomorrowland ideas, and let's say they're totally like closed off and they're like, oh my gosh, that's wrong, that doesn't make any sense, realize on an energetic level, it actually, on a soul level, it feels good to them, because it's nudging their soul, or kind of, pushing their soul a little bit to, reinvent itself, okay? But at the same time, we have the ego here, which the ego is, like I said, is resistance. It kind of, they become even little, individuals can really, try to place their belief systems on you. When you're really staying strong in your personal power and really being like, I believe in myself, they can almost like challenge you, okay? They can almost like really challenge you to conform to their belief systems, because of the fact that they, their ego is just, is wanting, is not, maybe not wanting that whole, the soul or the light body to have this upgrade, which is to be reinvented, to, to be something else than what they were, or what they are, and to step into a new gift. I believe when our soul is truly thriving in a life, in an incarnation, how we know that is by how many gifts are we activating within ourselves. I feel like that's how we know our soul is really, really is really thriving, is by the gifts that we are activating. Not just activating, but we are working with, that we are, that we're wanting to grow, okay? I feel like that really shows that our soul is how committed we are, okay, by our willingness, our willpower to keep discovering our gifts within ourselves, to keep being reinvented, okay? But a lot of people, for example, they've kind of walked a similar path. Right now I'm just staring out at this track field and I see people running around on this track field, and it's got me thinking about how I feel many people have kind of gotten used to walking the same sort of path for themselves, even though they're in different incarnations, have different jobs, have different life partners, stuff like that. It still feels like the energy is still going in the same sort of energy, okay? Same sort of energy, like a cycle or whatnot. And I feel like a true reinvention of the soul is totally just deciding, and you've walked that path several times, and you just decide, I'm gonna go over there now, that is a true reinvention, which is like discovering a newfound self, discovering a new horizon for yourself, because there's so many new horizons, okay? It has to be an active participant in commitment to wanting to, to go there, to willing to go there, which requires you being true to yourself. We always talk about being true to yourself. Like, are you true to yourself, or are you fake? Something like that. And I feel like to really be true to yourself is to really go where you feel like you're feeling nudged to go. Be who you never thought you would be, when it comes to your gifts, when it comes to your talents. It's like I said, it's about like transcendence. It's transcending your ideas and then birthing new ideas out of that transcendence, and then transcending those ideas, and it's like continuing an onward, forward motion. It's not going like a circular motion. It's like an onward motion. It's like you are like a beam of light, and you're just shooting through space. You're shooting through space, and it's like you're just going onward. You're going onward, and you're seeing, as you're going onward, you're viewing everything around you, and you're like, oh my gosh, you're taking everything in, because everything is so new. While, when you're going kind of like in a circle, it's like you're kind of seeing the same thing over and over again, but that brings people comfort. That brings people a sense of security. And the number one thing on planet Earth is about security, is about comfort, is about safety. We literally have that as a very strong rooted thing on this planet about, above all things, you should have a sense of security, comfort, and safety. But the thing is about the transcendence of the soul, the reinvention of the soul, that requires a willpower to step into the unknown, the unknown of the unknown, but that's where you're going to find new gifts. That's where you're going to find a new sense of happiness. And when people, are bored, or when people are not really happy, and maybe they were once happy in their marriage or in their career, it's because they're not happy is because they've come to maybe a sense of boredom within their soul on a light body level, a sense of boredom, because the fact they're not allowing themselves to go beyond them, who they are right now, and to walk into the unknown. Where they're going to discover new gifts, new talents, or they're going to use their pre-existing talents and gifts to establish something beyond those gifts or talents, almost like a totally new gift is born out of those pre-existing gifts. And that's what brings it a joy. Joy isn't this thing that you do every single day for the rest of your life. Joy is an evolving thing, okay? Joy is spontaneous. Joy isn't something that's already known. It's like joy is really in the unknown, just like children playing around outside. They just they go where they feel led to go, and they're not just doing the same thing day after day after day. They have this desire to want to explore, just like children. One thing they love, they have this deep desire to explore, and I feel like that's what we need to follow, that path of this exploration of life. We see people who are explorers of life, who maybe are backpackers or travelers, and we see them as irresponsible or hippies or whatnot. But then we see the average person with a steady job and the house and the cars and the wife or husband. We see them as they're happy. But then in that sort of environment, that household is like these it's totally boredom. There's just totally boredom. There's totally not feeling fulfilled, even though they have the nice job, the nice car, and the nice house, and the nice woman, pretty woman, or the handsome man, and the kids, and the picket fence, but they're just feeling like a boredom. They get bored with that over time. It's because they're not bringing newfound energies into their life. Energy is about cycling in and out, in and out, in and out. It's not about latching on to that. Joy is not like latching on to that. You feel joy from going to, you feel joy through, I don't know, bike riding the same bike path. And you do it over and over and over again until it becomes like almost like just going through the motions, where you're not even present because you've already seen everything. You know the path so well that you're just kind of going through the motions of the path, because it's kind of like it doesn't do anything. It doesn't stimulate you, A stimulation, I feel like, is when it's like you're bringing something new, and it like stimulates you, because it's like feels like it's challenging you, but also it's like it's helping you to pay attention. It's like you're paying attention more when you're doing something new than when you're just doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, like the same bike path. I feel like you pay attention more when you're riding a new backpack, because you don't know where that backpack is going to go. You don't know if there's bumps in the road. You don't know if there's big windy turns in that road, so you have to be vigilant. You have to pay attention more than when you're on the path that you've been on 50 million times. You know the path so well, you don't really need to pay attention, which causes you to be not present. Okay? So to be really present in your life and to really be joyful in your life is to really be trying new things. It's like challenging yourself to go beyond like the stuff that you normally would do. Okay? It's like you should be reinvented. I don't even know how many times in a single lifetime, but I feel like it should be a lot. But the thing is, even with my whole reinvention of myself, it's like you're stepping into something so unknown. Like you can feel the energy, but it's just so foreign to you. It's like you don't know where this is going, okay? You don't know where this is going to take you, but you go with it. Because reinvention of yourself, of your life body, and of like who you are, you have to decide upon it, okay? It's not just going to just happen to you. It's going to be a decision, just like each incarnation. We're not just here by fluke or force. We've decided to be here, okay? Just like everything is on a conscious level is a decision, on a light body level, a decision, and a commitment to that decision, and a willpower to move forward with that decision, to be assertive. So I feel like that's what really is how we become, more joyous in our life and whatnot. And I feel like it's also important to, allow us to also, let go of the memories. We latch on to memories. I was at the beach the other day and I was just seeing all these people taking photos, and for some reason, I just don't feel guided to take photos like I used to. I used to want to take pictures of every single moment, but now I just don't feel like that, because I feel like, memories, we latch onto them because it's like we're saving them for a rainy day, or these memories, they bring us joy and we want to keep them. But that form of keeping them, it almost like it can prevent us from creating newfound moments of joy, because, we're just kind of like, I guess the word is hoarding on to all of these memories of the joyous times, that it almost keeps us in them. Because the more we're thinking about it, we don't realize is that when we're thinking about it, whatever our thoughts are putting towards, we're actually there. We're there. We're present in that. Wherever our thoughts is. So right now my thoughts are, speaking what I'm speaking, channeling my messages for you guys, as well as looking at this beautiful sort of sunset. And this is where my thoughts are. But for example, when my thoughts are thinking about, I had so much fun, 2 days ago when I was at Orlando, at Disney or Universal, my thoughts would be there. That means I would be there. So sometimes people are literally repeating the same thing over and over again because their thoughts keep going there. For example, the birth of their child. They, that's a beautiful moment, a beautiful, joyous moment. And they, have all these pictures and videos and whatnot, and they're literally thinking about it again and again and again, because it's like, when they think of joy, they think of that. Okay. So they keep their thoughts go there. That means they're there. and they keep going there and going. It's almost like repeating the birth over and over again, over and over again. And really, we need to keep our thoughts onto the newfound joy that's going to be coming to us right now. For example, when it comes to our child, let's say our child is now 6 or 7. Instead of thinking about this joyous moment when our child was a newborn and, breastfeeding them or whatnot, we could think about, like the moments we could create now with our 6 or 7-year-old child, being present. Let's say we're at the beach, and instead of really focusing in on this moment of watching our kid in the beach or whatnot, we're thinking about when our kid was a baby, and our thoughts are there. Our thoughts are there. Our thoughts, again, are here at the beach with our kid, but also our thoughts are there. So I feel like the more present we are, the more our thoughts are here, not here, and all these memories. That's why I feel like it's important for us to, just let go of these memories, I mean, of course, if, thoughts come in, of nostalgia or whatnot, there's nothing wrong with that, but just don't focus on it, like hone in on it, because that takes you there. And I've seen people, they're just there, and then they're there tomorrow, and then they're there again, because you think it, and then you're there, okay? You almost like you astral project yourself there, to that moment in time, because time is not this linear thing, like I always say. When you think it, you're there, okay? So to be present is to just have your thoughts here, not on where you're going to be tomorrow or what you did yesterday or those beautiful moments from your past when you maybe were a child or when you got married or when you had your first child, but just if you can find joy in this today moment. You don't have to wait for tomorrow to have joy. You don't have to think about the past to have joy in your present moment. You just have to really be committed to just, again, to being positivity, and really just letting your childlike play come out of you, because your childlike play, children see joy wherever they go. They find pebbles and they feel like pebbles are like diamonds. They jump in mud because they feel like it, and it's like fun, or they go out there and they climb trees because it's fun. Like, they can find joy anywhere. They don't need to go anywhere to find joy. They can find joy from, taking the dog on a walk, or, go bike riding, I don't know, and through a new bike trail. They find children, I mean, if you really want to find joy, be like a child, the way children are. Be innocent and pure and playful, because their joy is not something they can attain. Like climbing a tree, they can't take the tree home with them, but they can take that joyful smile that brought them when they're climbing the tree, or dancing in the mud. They can't take the mud. I mean, they kind of do take the mud home with them on their shoes and whatnot, but they don't they don't pick up the ground and take it home with them they just, they flow. They go here, and then they go there, and then they go over there, and they're not latching on to these memories. It's kind of like they're so present. It's like a channeled message. When you're deep into a channeled message, you literally forget everything you said 5 minutes ago. Like, for example, I totally don't even know how I started this video. I'm trying to think about what is this video about, and I have no clue. I don't even know, like, what I created this video about, and I'm trying to think, but I'm just like, I guess it's not important, because I'm so deep in this channeled message from spirit to you guys that I'm just totally, I say it, and then it goes away. Because it's me cycling this energy in. It's not me latching onto these energies. So just don't do the same old, I feel like, is the key. Don't do the same old. Don't do what you feel like is known to you. Do something that really, it challenges you. At the same time, it just feels so good, because it feels like you're reinventing yourself. Even changing your name. Like, for example, I went from Robin Lewis, my birthday name that was from 0 to 19, and I went to Rosa Ivy, and then now I'm feeling of reinvention, almost it feels like a walk-in soul experience. But it's not, but it feels like it, because it feels like you're totally becoming something totally different. And now I'm feeling Lyra Omega is something that is really resonating with me. Then when I change my vibration, a lot of times I change my name, because when I've changed my vibration that much, a lot of times the name is just not even in vibrational frequency with my new vibration. Okay? And I feel like that's what we need to do, because that shows that we're really committed to reinventing ourselves and really committed to reaching our fullest potential in our lifetime. Because I feel like reaching our fullest potential in our lifetime, we're not going to find it through one sort of artistry. For example, me communicating. I'm a very good communicator. I feel like that's something I'm going to pursue, but I feel like there's other things as well, because the soul is so expansive, and it's just like fulfilling a soul mission, like a soul mission, since the soul is so expansive, it's going to require like almost like you stepping into so many gifts and being so many things in this incarnation, not just one or two things. It's going to require you to be so many things if you're trying to fulfill your soul's mission, because like I said, your soul's expansive. But if you're just trying to fill your ego mission, you probably will do the path of the normal, you know, accumulate a lot of wealth, you know, doing something, fall, just trying to be accepted in life and just trying to please and whatnot. But no, I hope you guys love this video, and I found it very insightful. I hope you found it encouraging to help you guys find your own sort of joy and to reinvent yourself. Okay, bye.